Every day we're bombarded with information, including too many numbers and statistics.
Yeah, so if you were one of those people passing notes in math class, well, you're paying the price now.
How math manipulates your life and you don't even know it is our featured story at the top of the list. Forget thumbs, the really unique thing about humans is that we're self-aware. But there are limits to how well we understand ourselves.
You're trying to figure out how human brains work using a human brain.
Jim Zimring's the author of Partial Truths, How Fractions Distort Our Thinking.
This book is about how we fractionate reality and how that leads our thinking astray.
Like when a burger joint tried to one-up a competitor's quarter pounder with a patty that was 1/3 of a pound, and it flopped because 3 is less than 4, so it must be smaller, right? So we're running down why fractions matter. For starters, we only experience a fraction of reality.
There's so much sensory input, we only perceive a small part of what's coming in. We only notice a fraction of that. Of what we notice, we focus on a fraction of that, and then later on we remember even a small fraction of that.
Historically, that filtering makes sense.
If you're driving down the highway and there's cars and tree leaves shaking and birds flying, what you want to notice is the other car coming at you across the lane.
But lately,
evolution moves at a glacial pace, and technology explodes at a geometric pace, and that's probably part of the reason we're out of our natural environment right now.
One kind of manipulation is to present just a fraction of the truth.
I'm not talking about a lie, I'm talking about stating real data points, but in a way that gives you the incorrect conclusion.
And we've all done it.
When I was in college one night, I went out with some friends, we had dinner, saw a movie, and drank a bottle of vodka afterwards.
Typical college Tuesday, then what?
The next day, my mom called me on the phone and said, "Hey, what'd you do last night?" And I said, "Oh, well, we had dinner and saw a movie."
Was that a lie?
Nothing that came out of my mouth was untrue, but I gave a very different impression of what actually happened.
Because he only told 2/3 of the story. And people and companies do this to you all the time. An example?
Alternative therapies. If somebody took a crystal therapy and got better from a disease, that is not the right piece of information. That's the top of the fraction. The right piece of information is, of the people who take crystal therapy, what percentage of them get better compared to the percentage that would have gotten better on their own.
So when someone presents a single number to you, you probably need a second number to put that data in context.
The single number you're given, there's a fraction behind it, and you just show the top of this and don't give people the rest of the information, you can really mislead them and give them a complete opposite result.
A common one?
A lot of people would say, "Wow, I'm really frightened of flying. Driving seems much safer to me."
Because 500 tons of metal should not be able to float in the air. But
go to government statistics and say, what percentage of people die in car accidents versus plane accidents as long as I control for miles traveled and all that, it may be very much the opposite of what you think.
Yep, flying safer. So get all the relevant numbers instead of just trusting your gut.
Humans are bad at understanding the likelihood of something occurring through normal experience.
Making sure fractions add up is at the top of the list.